Breaking news. Something serious is unfolding right now that could affect millions of Americans who depend on Social Security and Medicare. A new update has just been confirmed, and it carries one urgent message. If you don't take action before November 20th, you could lose thousands of dollars in benefits you've already earned. Yes, you heard that right. Thousands of dollars gone simply because of missed verification, unreported changes, or incomplete records. This is not a rumor, not speculation. It's an official process now moving faster than many expected. Across the country, seniors are receiving letters, emails, and notices from the Social Security Administration and Medicare offices. These notices are part of a large-scale verification initiative designed to review eligibility, payment accuracy, and enrollment data before the end of the fiscal cycle. Officials claim it's about ensuring fairness, but for millions of people living on fixed incomes, it feels more like a ticking time bomb. The deadline of November 20th is being treated as the cutoff point. Anyone whose information isn't verified by then could face a payment pause, delay, or deduction in upcoming checks. Let's break down what's really happening. Over the past year, several discrepancies have appeared between Social Security and Medicare records. These include mismatched addresses, outdated banking information, missing income reports, and inactive Medicare enrollments. The government's automated system has flagged these files for manual review. In plain terms, that means your benefits might be sitting in a verification queue until you confirm that all your personal and financial details are up to date. If you don't confirm them, the system might automatically mark your account as pending, which means payments stop until the issue is resolved. This isn't limited to new applicants. Even people who have been receiving benefits for decades are at risk. For example, if you recently switched banks, updated your Medicare Advantage plan, or failed to verify a dependent's eligibility, you might be among those flagged for review. The Social Security Administration has said that this process is essential to prevent overpayments and fraud, but critics warn that this same process could unfairly penalize honest retirees who simply don't check their mail frequently or who don't use the internet regularly. Consider this. Many older Americans rely on direct deposit, assuming their benefits are secure. But if the SSA system detects an inactive account or mismatched routing number, the payment could bounce back. Once that happens, it doesn't automatically resend. The agency requires manual re-verification, a process that could take weeks or even months depending on case volume. That delay could cost people hundreds of dollars in essentials like rent, utilities, and medication. Imagine being a senior living alone, counting every dollar of your check, only to discover your payment didn't arrive because of a minor paperwork issue. That's the fear spreading across retirement communities, nursing homes, and senior centers right now. Many have begun organizing emergency assistance groups to help people review their documents before November 20th. Advocacy groups are calling it a silent crisis, one that could leave thousands of vulnerable Americans without income at the start of the holiday season. The timing couldn't be worse. Inflation remains stubbornly high, groceries are still expensive, and healthcare premiums for 2025 are already set to increase. For someone living on a fixed Social Security income of $1,400 a month, even a 2-week delay can mean skipped meals or unpaid bills. That's why this new deadline has triggered panic and confusion. The official explanation is that the SSA is conducting what's known as a data integrity audit. Essentially, it's checking that the people receiving funds are still eligible and that there are no errors. But experts say the system's automated nature makes it too easy for innocent mistakes to slip through. Something as simple as a typo in your birth date or an unreported move to a new apartment could temporarily suspend your benefits. Some recipients have already reported letters warning of pending suspension unless they submit verification forms. Others have seen asterisks or notes appear next to their online account status. If you notice these signs, it's not random. It's part of the review. The key is to act quickly. Contact the SSA directly, verify your mailing address, confirm your bank account, and check that your Medicare information matches exactly. Even a small inconsistency can trigger an alert in the system. What many people don't realize is that Medicare and Social Security, while connected, run separate databases. If you make a change in one, like updating your Medicare Advantage plan, but don't update the same information in your Social Security record, that mismatch can cause automatic holds. This is why thousands of people every year face payment delays without even knowing why. The system assumes something is wrong until proven otherwise. Financial advisors are now warning clients to double-check every detail. They're urging seniors to print their payment records, save copies of all communication, and if possible, call the local office before the rush begins. Because as November 20th approaches, call volumes will surge and online systems may lag. The earlier you act, the safer you are. There's also confusion about what exactly happens after the deadline. Here's what's known. On November 21st, the SSA begins a batch review of all unverified accounts. If your record hasn't been updated, your payment for December could be automatically held for audit. You won't necessarily receive an immediate notice. In some cases, people don't find out until their deposit doesn't arrive. By then, it can take weeks to resolve. For Medicare users, there's a separate but related issue. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services are updating their enrollment data as part of the new fiscal year cycle. This affects those on Medicare Advantage and Part D prescription plans. Anyone with incomplete re-enrollment forms could see coverage delays or higher deductions temporarily withdrawn from their Social Security payments. These deductions often happen automatically, and reversing them isn't simple. This verification push has sparked frustration nationwide. Advocacy groups for seniors argue that the government should have done a better job of communicating these changes earlier. They say millions of people, especially those without internet access, never receive proper notice. Some are even calling for an extension to the deadline. But as of now, no extension has been confirmed. November 20th remains the official date. It's important to understand that not everyone will be affected, but no one is automatically exempt either. Even if your payments are arriving normally, it's still wise to log into your My Social Security account and confirm your details. Check for recent notices, verify your phone number, and ensure your tax information is accurate. These small steps can prevent major problems. So why is the government doing this now? Officials say it's about preventing fraud and overpayments. In 2024, the SSA reportedly paid out billions in incorrect or duplicate benefits due to outdated records. That figure triggered an internal audit and a push for stricter verification. While that might sound reasonable, the impact on everyday citizens could be devastating if communication isn't clear. Across states like Florida, Texas, California, and New York, local SSA offices are already reporting record call volumes. People are trying to understand what exactly they need to do. Some report waiting hours on the phone just to get basic confirmation. In-person appointments are also filling fast. Experts recommend making an appointment as soon as possible if you think something in your record might be outdated. Another important reminder, scams are on the rise. Whenever there's an official government update, scammers take advantage. You may receive fake emails or calls claiming to be from Social Security or Medicare asking for your personal information. The real SSA will never ask for your full Social Security number or banking details over the phone. Always go directly to the official SSA, Gov or Medicare, Gov websites, or visit your local office. As the November 20th deadline gets closer, tension is building. People want to know, will their check stop? Will their healthcare coverage vanish? Officials insist that no one will lose benefits permanently, but temporary holds are very real. That means your money may be delayed, your coverage paused, and your financial stability shaken for weeks. Many advocacy organizations are urging Congress to intervene or at least issue clearer guidance to ensure no senior loses essential income because of a simple paperwork issue. But until that happens, individuals must take charge of their own verification. You can't rely on the system to remind you twice. For those caring for elderly parents or grandparents, this is also your moment to step in. Help them log in, update their accounts, or contact local offices. Many older Americans aren't familiar with online systems, and missing a small email or letter could cost them their next month's income. If you're wondering what to look for, pay attention to keywords like action required, pending verification, or update needed on any letter from SSA or Medicare. Don't ignore them, even if they look routine. Ultimately, this story isn't just about a date, it's about millions of Americans standing on the edge of financial uncertainty. The November 20th deadline represents more than a bureaucratic step. It's a line between financial security and sudden loss. For many, it could mean the difference between stability and hardship as the holiday season approaches. So as you listen to this message, take a few minutes to act. Visit SSA.gov, log into your account, check every section for accuracy. If you see anything unusual, call immediately. Verify your Medicare information, especially if you've recently changed plans. Keep printed copies of everything. It might feel tedious, but it could save you thousands of dollars. Remember, this isn't about fear. It's about awareness. Awareness gives you power to act before it's too late. The system is large, the process slow, but those who prepare early rarely face the worst delays. Don't wait until your check doesn't arrive to start asking questions, because when November 20th arrives, the system will automatically move forward. Files that aren't updated will be flagged, payments may freeze, and appeals will take time. The goal here is simple. Protect yourself before that happens. Take control now while you still can. And as this story continues to unfold, stay informed. Share this information with friends, neighbors, or family members who rely on Social Security or Medicare. Even if you think your record is fine, double check. It's always better to be safe than surprised. This is a nationwide issue, one that affects millions quietly and quickly. Don't let a date on the calendar decide your financial security. Act today, verify your details, and keep your benefits safe. Because once that deadline passes, recovering what you lose won't be easy. November 20th. Remember that date. It could be the most important deadline of the year for millions of Americans counting on their Social Security and Medicare benefits.